Hey y'all, it's your girl K650 Credit, and today is special because I told you guys I was gonna do this when we were in Jamaica, but I can't lie, I forgot. It's just a lot that started happening. But best friend came to see me, so I thought, what a better way to spend 24 hours in the A than to do a video with you guys. And I asked her, can we talk about what it's like to be a best friend of an entrepreneur and to also manage, assist, and do all this stuff with me. So this episode is the best friend edition. Yeah, so let's get into it.
First mentor was my actual boss. She owned 5 successful stores, well over $1 million. All 5 of them.
Welcome to the couch, okay.
All right.
We're going to keep this as short as possible because we don't want to bore y'all with all our stories.
And we got a movie to catch.
Yes. So, I guess the first question would be, how did we start this? Okay, let me introduce you first. So, guys, this is Shy, my best friend, aka my manager, and she also assists my whole life. So all the stuff that you see about me, she's the person that's behind it all. And it's been such a blessing because we've hit year 5 of doing this together. And I don't think that she gets a lot of recognition about how much she helps me. And I also don't think you guys understand how hard it actually is to be friends in business. To be completely transparent, we had a personal situation together. It was rough, and we weren't speaking, but we had to show up every day to work. So I think those hard things that no one sees, because of course we're not going to show up to work like I freaking hate you today, but it just is a testimony to how our friendship is and what it really means to try to do life together in literally every aspect. So for you, what is it like being my best friend and being in business with me? Is it, what made you want to do it? Like, what made you even want to be a part of the journey? Because now we are on business number 2. So,
business number 2, year 5. It's a headache. So I guess backstory about me, when we actually met. I had just came out of like a terrible like fallout with like a friend group. And, when we both were working at the same place, I was just like, I'm here to do my job. I'm going to collect my check and call it a day. However, an opportunity presented itself and Kay needed help. And the type of help that she needed, I was like cool with it. I had like just finished school, so at this point I was just like, I haven't landed any jobs within like the field that I just spent $60,000 on, so whatever, it's something for me to kind of brush up on my skill set. And I think ever since then, I just stayed.
Yeah, no, literally. But she left out an important part. And someone asked me the other day on a coaching call, they were like, well, how much do you pay your manager? And I laughed. And I said, well, my situation is a little unique. Because when I hired Shy, I couldn't pay her anything. Like, not $1. And she came to me and I said, well, let's just be honest. You guys know how I hate to write. I think I tell everybody this all the time. And Shai's an amazing writer. So I was like, I need somebody to write emails for me. But I can't pay you. That's literally what I said. We were in the lobby of our job, and I was like, I can't pay you. And she goes, I said, but I'm going to be a millionaire one day. And when I get there, I promise you that you're going to be there with me if you just go through this with me. And she said, all right, cool. Literally, all right, cool. And I turned around. I said, I cannot not pay her. So I turned back around. I said, listen, I could pay you $50 a month. She said, I already said yes. I said, all right, but I just need you to know that, like, I'm serious. I'm going to be a millionaire. I promise you. I don't know what day, what year, but I'm not going to stop until I get there. And that was 5 years ago we had that conversation.
It was.
And she's never made me feel less than, or the workload has never been too much based on the pay. There's been times when I quit my job and I had to go to her again, and I said, listen, I actually have to take some of your money back. Like, I can't pay you that much. Like,
it was a good bit.
Yeah, because I was paying her, like, at that time, I was getting money a little bit, but I was still working, so I could afford her a little bit more. But when I had to go on the journey of entrepreneurship just alone, when, like, that was my job, I had to go back and be like, listen, so you know that raise I gave you the other day, I need it back. I was just like, because I sat down and I would never forget, my first office is in the basement, and I was like, can you come in for a meeting? And she's like, what? And I was like, listen, I know, like, remember how you encouraged me to quit my job? Like, remember, like, I was talking to you, I was at the bank, and you told me, I was like, listen, I can't go back, and you were like, yo, just quit, like, we got this. And I swear I wasn't gonna quit. I was like, I'm staying, I'm gonna go back. And you were like, no, quit,
because
like,
the signs were there.
Yeah,
there were so many signs.
Yeah, a testimony to say that through failure you haven't given up, through success, through hard times, and then the crazy idea of wanting to go into another business that we know nothing about. And it's been a learning experience, to say the least. I can say that I've been stressed out.
Yeah.
And why go do it again? Like why say, because when I came to you this time,
yeah,
I said, I was like, hey, so I want to go into this business and I need your help. And I can't take the opportunity unless you come do it with me. And I was like, and I really need you to say yes. But if you say no, then cool. But you were like, I was like, and you can negotiate your own salary. And she did that thing she does. And she goes, all right, but I want this, and that. And you know what's so funny is because we've been working on ourselves. Like, we've really been working on ourselves. And one of the toughest things for you was speaking up for yourself.
Yeah.
It was like, you all, like, I don't think you understand the talent. I think that people don't understand the talent. I've gotten to many arguments over you, like with many people who own businesses who are in the startup phase like me, and discredited you. And I used to go to bat, like, listen, you guys don't see it, but I do. Like, she's the gem. Like, she is, like, what's going to make or break your business, in my opinion. And now that we're year 5, they're like, you guys are the dream team. And I said, I've been telling y'all that. Like, I've been telling you guys that she's the one. So now to see you say to me, I'm coming, but I want. It was like such a proud moment. I was like, yes, sis. Yes.
I was like, I want this, and that.
Yeah.
And like, you totally have, like, for sure been, like, my biggest advocate.
Yeah.
In so many things. Like, even outside of this, like, I've been through some shit with, like, past jobs. Like, I got fired from one job. Kay was there with me, like, battling, like, imposter syndrome, like, you know, as she says, like, not recognizing my own talents or whatnot, but, like, it's just, like, you just have continuously, like, poured into me and into, like, my growth, and that is just, like, I feel like has just, like, strengthened our bond.
Yeah, for sure.
So even when you come to me with, like, crazy ideas, even though, like, my initial response is like, ugh, girl, another one. Like, you've been to bat me so many times, so like, there's no way that I'm not gonna also do the same for you and, like, have your back.
I appreciate that, because it's really not possible without you now. Like, in the beginning, I started it without you, but you've been here so long, and we've been through so much with our first business. Like, we have stories for years about the first business, and we're still going through it as of today. Like, you know, so to think that I had to do another business with you was like, how? Like, where do I even begin? I remember when I went into the meeting with them and they said something, I said, there's no fucking way I can do that. I was like, I don't even know how to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know, like, on my contracts and what I want my contract to say, but I think I called you the other day. I was like, I need a contract. I was like, but where do we make them? Like, how do we do it? And you were like, oh, I got it. And I laughed, like, yes, I am great at business, but the functioning part of the business is all you. Like, I can make us great, but the organization behind the greatness is not me at all.
Because you're like,
yeah, I'm like, yeah,
brain
all the time, actually.
Yeah.
But I think that's what works, because I think a lot of times people go into businesses, especially with friends, and there's a lot of ego tripping going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I never once felt like you wanted to be me.
Nope.
Like, you never wanted the spotlight. You never were like, you actually never want to record with me.
No.
You never want to be
and look at me now. Yeah. So uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like, you never want to be the face. Like, you always are like, how can I support you? Like, what does that look like for you? What do you need? I know you're having a rough day. There's times when she sends me random gifts because I'm crying every day of the week because I don't know, or I can't figure out something, or it just doesn't seem like, or I'm like people owe me so much money and I don't know what to do. She's like, we're going to get your money. Like, we got it. Like, like all those things, I think people don't realize, like, the support that you need and all this. And I think that's why we work, because we're not trying. I'm never going to try to write an email that I shouldn't write. Like, no. And she's never going to try and go negotiate a deal. Like, it's just, we work in that way. And that's the beauty of, I think, our friendship, because it's the same thing in our friendship. Like, we are so different but so the same. And it's never, if you call me and check me on something, I'm not like, fuck you. Like, I'm like, maybe, she sees something that I don't see. Yeah. And it's like that in business. Like, I might not see it, but she saw it, and she might have fixed it before I even noticed it. Yeah. And I think that being friends in business is a very hard thing.
It's very hard.
Because when she wants to be my friend, sometimes I want to be her business partner. Yeah. And sometimes when I want her to be my friend, she has to be my business partner. And those are the things that become challenging, because I want to talk about business all the time, and you don't. Nope, you don't. Like, it's I think it's okay though.
When I walked through your door today, I was like, girl, like, let me just can give 20 minutes before we gotta talk about.
And I'm going a mile a minute. I just got off a meeting. I'm like, okay, so I was like, if we go outside, maybe we'll talk about it. Like, maybe you can get a second without talking about work. I was like, but you come back in the house, it's on.
It's on, and it was.
Yeah,
but we compliment each other. Like, there's no competition whatsoever, and I like appreciate the fact that, like, I feel like we're each other's like safe space.
For sure.
Like for us at least, like, working together has brought us closer. Yeah. Like, I don't have, like, even when when we have our disagreements, or like you're annoying me with like whatever requests or whatever, like, it's never like no animosity or like hidden like ill feelings towards you, like, ever.
Yeah. And ever. I appreciate that.
Like, ever.
Yeah. Because I'm a lot, and I know that.
I'm a lot.
Yeah. But like, I'm a lot.
You a lot.
Yeah. And I don't stop.
No.
It doesn't stop. And it's just getting busier. Yeah. Actually. But I know that there's going to be one day all of this is going to be worth it. Like, I don't know what day. I still don't have a date on that. But I know that if we keep at this pace through the failure, the disagreement, the personal issues, and we keep the main thing, mm-hmm. I think we're going to be all right.
We're definitely going to be all right.
Yeah. And like she said, being in business together requires us to go through some really hard moments. Like, and even... We've been friends for 5 years, and we've had one hard moment, which was recent, and it was my fault. I can totally tell you guys, it was me.
I was not just cancering.
No, it was me, for sure. And it was the first time we had to communicate in a way where we didn't have to talk about business. We really had to talk about our personal stuff. Yeah. And I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, I said, like, I needed space.
Yeah.
Which was like so hard to say. I'm gonna start crying.
Because
like, I literally, like, we talk every day, all day, every day. I talk to you more than I talk to my mom.
We were like actually emailing them.
We were emailing. It was email, not even text.
We were emailing. Like, did you do this?
Did you do this?
Oh, that's funny. funny.
But
like, that really was a thing.
It was a thing because it's like I'm such a people pleaser, and like I'm always gonna say yes to you.
Yeah.
But it was just like when that happened, I did not have the capacity to include your feelings into processing my own.
And that's like growth though. Because yes, it sucked not talking to you. It really did suck. And I remember when in therapy, I was like, well, like, because I'm like, listen, you're going to talk to me when you're ready. I'm not going to call you 1,000 times. I'm not going to be like, so you still mad? Listen, when you're ready, I'll be here. That's what I said to her. I said, listen, I respect how you feel about it, but you weren't going to hear about this from anybody else but me. And when you're ready, I'll be here. And she was like, okay. And days went by, and I was just like, okay. Even though it hurt me, because I was like, this fucking, but she really started talking to me. And I was like, I fucked up. And when we had to have the conversation where she came back to me and said, I really, like, she stood up for herself. Things that you don't, like, in our past, you kind of, like, fade in the background about it. And the fact that she had to stand up to me.
To, like, literally, like, the closest thing to me. It was like I had to, like, establish that boundary, and it was just so hard.
Yeah. But it was such a proud moment. Because even though it was with me, it was like, it's about fucking time. Like, it was like, it, like, damn, it ain't had to be with me, but if you're gonna practice, I guess you're gonna practice with me,
Yeah.
And I think for me, it was such growth within me because I was able to allow her to feel her feelings. I was able to show up to work and be like, listen, we still have to work together. Mm-hmm. And she didn't quit because we were personally not getting along. Because the main thing still was the main thing. Like, we still have this business that we have to run. And a week later, I was like, damn. I have to edit this so much. A week later, I was like, so I want to start another business now that we're back talking.
Right. Like, the day that I was like, okay, I'm over this, I'm ready to talk to you again. You're like, okay, great. Well, now, By
the way,
and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Now that you're back,
I was like, listen, this is gonna be the last time I'm a accept this situation.
No, we can't. No, I hope there's never. We can never do that again.
I was like,
because then I'm just saying shit.
I was like, I'm letting you know right now. Like, I'm gonna let this slide because I love you so much, and I believe in your vision for your life, for our life together. I was like, but don't pull the shit again. Yeah. But we gon'. I'm gonna ride it out with you. We can do it, but just know, like, you on thin ice.
I was slippery slope.
Very slippery slope.
The ice is a little frozen again now, but
it was real slippery.
Oh, it was slippery. And then that was just a rough month.
Yeah,
we had a rough month, but it's because we had such a great vacation.
And it was right when we came back from vacation. Yeah. I was like,
we're on a high, then a really
low. April.
Yeah,
was rough.
Yeah, but I think we needed this. We needed it.
Yeah,
because it was almost too perfect.
Yeah,
and it was almost too perfect. And I think we needed a little shaking.
Yeah,
even though I wish it was your fault, not mine, but it was.
I'm perfect.
Yeah, it was me.
I would never. I don't.
It was me.
I'm not that type of drama would never ever be.
It was me.
It was you.
It was
but
me.
It's okay.
And I'll be minding my business, but this time I did my big one. But
you did your big one.
Kay
did her big one, y'all.
I did my big one.
Kay's 650 was about to be just Kay.
Like Kay, no 650. No 650. Oh man, whoa. Okay, so let's end this here.
Yeah.
What are we doing now? I think the most important thing is we both decided to go back to church. We both kind of been in our era of finding ourselves again. Mm-hmm. I think we both kind of lost it a little bit. Yeah. I became a workaholic, and you kind of went through your own issues with work and stuff. So I think we both kind of needed a reset, and we reset it with God. I think that's been a blessing of a journey for us both. I went to therapy. Yeah, I've been working on myself a lot, and I think outside of the expansion of business, I think we're expanding like internally, and I think that's why when we did go through our difference, we had the tools to get it.
We had the tools. We did a good job.
That was like an adult thing. Like,
that was very adult.
That was like 30.
That was literally 30.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I like cried every single day.
And here I'm in, and that bitch gonna talk to me eventually.
I was crying every single night.
She was subbing me so bad.
Oh yeah, I was on her side.
Imagine your best friend subbing you, and you just gotta look at. She called me the day she called me. I said, "Listen, you have one more day."
She said, "Yeah, one more post. I'm gonna block you."
Unless I was blocking you, because I can't take another sub. Like, all right, I know I fucked up. Damn. Like, golly, I'm working on it. I'm working on me,
girl. I had to pray about it. I had to write about it, but like I knew it was something that we were gonna like overcome for sure, because I just feel like we invested so much into every aspect of each other's lives.
Yeah, like literally.
It
would be so hard to detangle.
Yeah,
I think.
Like in comparison to like all of my friendships and like even with my family, like this dynamic has been the most I've ever invested myself into anyone.
Yeah, for sure. I've never had somebody believe in something that they can't see.
Nope.
Like, I see it. Like, you know, like, I see where we're going. I'm like, Shy, I know. And you're just like, if you see it, then I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, there's nothing that I tell you, even in that situation, I was like, listen, I'm going to give you your space, but I'm not going to just let you stop being my friend. Like, that's crazy. Like, if I got to undo what happened, I'm going to try. But I think that we've grown in our relationship with God together. We've grown in the relationship of encouraging me to go back to therapy. We've grown in business together. I mean, we're just like two kids from Stanford, Connecticut, building a $250,000 business. That's nothing to like... To me, that's crazy. When we couldn't even figure out how I was going to pay you.
Yeah.
And to have people working for us and us going into somebody else's business and telling them what we're about to do, what they need to do.
Right. Bum rushing it.
Yeah, like, listen, I see what y'all got, but y'all don't got, like, you know. Got it. So, to me, it's been such a beautiful journey. And then, I mentioned this on my last episode when I turned 30, you're like, I'm going to get superpowers. And I feel like I've been going through so much, but those superpowers have been helping me through it all. Like,
I told you.
Like, I feel like I'm on top of the world some days. Even when I feel at my lowest, like, I'm able to deal with things better, opposed to how I usually deal with things. So, it's been a cool journey. We are 30 now.
You're 30. Both of us.
Yes. And we are doing 30 together.
Because it's rough out here.
Business number 2. And we're letting God lead this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
God is leading the way.
In this chapter.
Yeah.
And every chapter going forward.
Yeah.
So, that's Best Friend Edition. What we're up to. And hopefully next time we do this, we're millionaires.
Period.
We won't be on this couch. We'll be on somebody's penthouse.
Period. Because I'm not doing this for nothing. All I know is somebody gonna pay for my lifestyle.
Yes. We are going to manifest that on this couch today. That the next time we record this video, we will have hit $1 million.
We would have made it.
That's gonna be dope.
We would have made it.
Oh, we're gonna have this as receipts, and you guys saw it first. You guys like, subscribe, tell a friend, and I'll see you guys in another episode. And the next time you see us, remember, we're gonna be millionaires. Love you guys.